was no longer supporting, so I had to do something with the phone number. I said, well, I tell you what, why don't you, instead of, coming out and moving lines and doing all that stuff, why don't you just add it to my cell phone? Add that line to my cell phone. I'll have 2 lines on my phone, which is confusing, but just add it to it. Okay, so they did that, no problem. Well, shortly thereafter, once, sometimes twice a day, I get calls from South Carolina, and they're asking for Roger, and they have both my cell phone number and the work number, and they were given that number by AT&T for me to come out and fix their phone line. Okay, so you explain to the sweet lady that, no, ma'am, I'm in Huntsville, Texas. I don't do that. There must be a mistake. Once or twice a day. So, no problem, right? You're a responsible adult. You'll just pick up the phone and call AT&T and say, hey, this is what's happened. Mm-hmm. Somebody must have clicked a wrong box or something. Very, very simple, right? I mean, simple fix.
Yeah.
Simple fix. Simple fix my butt. I can't find nobody that was even remotely born close to the United States of America. And they're all wanting all these, well, we need your account number and your fan number. And da-da. No, you don't. No, you don't. It has nothing to do with my phone. It's on your end. My phone is not giving those people my telephone number. You are. And it just, for weeks now, every day I'm screaming at blah, 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 on the phone, and I can't get nowhere. But in the meantime, these poor people are waiting for me to come fix their phone. So what I'm thinking about doing, and I know this isn't ethical, but there comes a point sometimes a man has to come up with a plan C or D or E, wherever I'm at now.
You do.
I'm thinking about setting those appointments. And when I don't show up and the people call back, I'm going to get snotty with them and tell them, well, why don't you call my supervisor and have him call me? So maybe I can get a hold of somebody at AT&T that's got some sense. But in the meantime, to the poor people in South Carolina, I'm sorry that y'all are having static on the line or no dial tone, but I cannot help you.
All right. Well, there's the Billy Cauthen, the Billy Cauthen report this morning that we so desperately needed. So
funeral home, garage doors, and telephone line repair. Apparently.
Did y'all suffer from the outage yesterday?
Yes.
So what happened? Yeah,
well, I got a pretty good nap out of it. Me and Jay Money both. Well, we were in our little office and the power went out, and of course, the first thing I yelled was, "Let's go home." But apparently, that wasn't the right answer.
Yeah.
So, when you're sitting in the dark, you just go sleep.
All right. I hope we're up and running now.
I hope we got internet back at the funeral home, because I didn't realize just how important the internet was.
It's extremely important, Billy, to have it. We should be back on here. My phone's blowing up because I disconnected the feed, and now I've reconnected the feed. But we're back on. So.
Does that mean they missed some of the rant?
No idea. Yeah. No. The rant's been recorded. The rant has been recorded. We're going to re-upload it later. But the Billy Cauthen rant report. We're going to have the rant report, the restaurant report, and the ranch report, all from Billy Cauthen. The 3R reports.
Billy Cauthen, telephone man. I can make your connection.
Yeah. Hey, let us know that you're out there. We're started here. There's an issue with our streaming provider this morning, but we are here.
You want me to look at it?
Yeah. Episode 337 as we get rolling here on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. Thank you all for joining us. Billy and I having some fun here this morning. Our friend Tara Burnett of Hart's Veterans Museum joining us, talking about some important upcoming events. We'll have Tara on here in just a few moments. Big thank you to Paul Oley of the Gallery. Paul, we love you, man. Appreciate all your support. Paul Oley, the Gallery, 1201 University, for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Go see my good friend Paul Oley. Also, a huge thank you to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com. Ladies, you remember that Kenny Rogers song?
Mm-hmm.
Lady, I always sing that to Brenda Poe. Lady, have you seen my brand new Mercedes? Even though I don't have a Mercedes. Ladies, sorry. What are you noticing this morning on the hand?
That your fingernails are pretty well manicured.
Yeah, very well manicured. Not a whole lot of what do you call them, cuticles? Cuticles, not a whole lot. I bite them,
Look, I got Trinity tips.
Oh yeah, you got
with
those,
the grease under them.
You got those better garage door tips. There's something missing on the hand this morning. It's been missing for a few days. The ring is missing. I had somebody say, "Is everything all right?" The home. I said, "Everything's great." What happened was Elliot had put together this beautiful band for me years ago. Been wearing it, love it. And there was one little stud in there. And I was joking around on Monday when Elliot was here, and I said, it sure would be nice to have a couple more for Cauthen and Braylon. And he made me a deal I could not refuse, and so he took it. And he is adding those 2 extra little things. So that's why I got it the way that I did, because each one of those represents, the first one obviously was Bridget. The next one's Braylon. The next one will be Cauthen. And then there's room for about 4 or 5 more. So we'll see if that happens, Billy.
Check your bank account before you.
You ever heard, some people live way beyond their means.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, very familiar with it. McDonald's not in the budget anymore, by the way. I'll talk about that in a minute. But they call it, what do they call that? Being house poor? You're house poor. Have you heard that phrase before? If you have too much of a house that you really can't afford, you're called house poor. Mm-hmm. I think Bridget and I, what I joking around with her, I said, the house poor, I just want to live, I don't want to be house poor. And so we're okay on that front. But I think we're going to be heading, if more of these babies happen, we're going to be what's called child or kid. Well, Kay won't like that word, but I'm just going to say what it is, kid poor. We're going to end up being kid poor is what's going to happen. And that's okay, because what hits you monetarily, you make up for it in the heart. So we're going to be rich and overflow. Boy, we're going to be trillionaires in the heart, buddy.
There you go.
Just absolute trillionaires in the heart. But that wallet, the wallet's actually going to turn into a black hole. Is what's going to happen.
Well, I don't know. Once you get them there's that sweet spot after the diaper stage where
we're in that with Cauthen finally.
Where you don't really, I don't necessarily think it's not too much more. I mean,
Well, you're the one that told us you told me that we need the tiebreaker.
Yeah, you got a boy, you got a girl, you got to have a tie. It's the law. I don't want you to get arrested, man. Spend time behind the walls. I mean, you got to.
You get pulled over in Huntsville, and the first thing.
Yeah, what are they? Look in your back seat. What's going to happen, man?
Excuse me, son. I noticed 2 car seats back there. Do you have another child? Well,
one pink, one blue. It's not going to work.
Not going to work, son. Where's the other one? Well, officer, we haven't. Get in the back. You're going downtown.
What if your kids are back there and they see Daddy get arrested?
It's not good. So there's a place that they take these children in East Texas. If you only have 2 children, you're supposed to have 3. They'll take them, and they'll say, "Look, the kids are going to wait there till that 3rd one comes, by God, and then you're good to go, Billy." So
can we just do a drop off?
Did you and Jacqueline? Did you and Jacqueline, like, when y'all had the 2? Did y'all immediately think we got to have 3? How did that process? Like, what was going through your minds?
Well, when a mommy loves a daddy.
When a man loves a woman. What were you think? Were y'all thinking though? Were you like, man, we got to have a 3rd?
I mean, I know what I was thinking. She's the planner.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously though,
let me tell you, our little family, our little life, our little ball of nonstop flaming chaos would not be complete without all 3 of those kids. Because all 3 of them have different personalities, different everythings. What makes one happy will completely piss the other one off. I mean, it's just...
it's the coexistence.
Why?
Oh, that's good stuff, man. Well, we are, I'd like to have at least 3 now. I have decided at least 3 to break that tie.
You got to have a bunk bed in your house, so, I mean, you might as well.
But this will transition into the next talk. Now, I know we're talking about Elliot, the ring. That's how this started. Thank you, Elliot, for all of your jewelry needs. Elliot,
please don't convert your garage into a bedroom.
No, we won't do that. Media room, yes. Bedroom, no.
It's killing my industry.
Media room, yes. Bedroom, no. Elliot Herzlich, for all of your jewelry needs, online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, here on this Faithful Friday, big thank you to Billy Cauthen, Greg Smith, and the wonderful folks at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They'll take care of you. They're great folks, wonderful folks. We had the dinner that we talked about last week? We had that last Thursday, went well. A lot of folks showed up. That room was beautiful. Mm-hmm. And that's just a small part of what Sam What Sam Houston? You know what I keep wanting to say?
Samuel Walker
because
Houston.
of our friend.
Yep.
That said it one day at Rotary.
God Almighty.
I've never slipped, and it was just on the tip of my tongue. I was about to say Samuel Walker Houston Elementary Funeral
This
Home.
gentleman
about to be something like that.
Well, he's very involved with the school district. He's on the school board.
Good man, great man.
You couldn't find a better guy. But I guess he is so used to when he talks about the schools, he says Samuel Walker Houston Elementary, that when he stood up and he was saying something nice about the funeral home, he said Samuel Walker Houston
Memorial Funeral Home.
And of course, I'm looking at Rob like,
we both knew.
Did you catch that? Or
it was on the tip of my tongue because that is our adopted school at First Baptist, and we were just over there. And so now the Samuel Walker Houston is just on my tip of my tongue, and I almost said Samuel Walker Houston Funeral Home.
I don't care what you call it as long as you dial the right phone number.
Just dial the right one. That's what we need to do is hack the phone so that all, like the car commercials say, all roads lead to Capital Kia. We need to, all phone numbers lead to Samuel
Walker Houston Funeral Home. Well, that's like when I'm listening to the radio or something and they say something about the museum, which is the Sam Houston Memorial Museum. When they get out Sam Houston Memorial, I automatically go on high alert because, they're talking about us. And then they say museum, and it's like, oh, yeah, you don't work there. You work at the funeral home.
I never thought about that because there's a Sam Houston Memorial
Museum and Presidential or State of Texas Presidential Library.
Yeah, we've had Derek Birdsall on before.
I want to make sure I say it right. I don't want to, get my Huntsville card revoked.
Man, this is starting to get – I'm surprised there's not like a Samuel Houston Memorial Auto Repair. There's going to be several of these pop up now.
There used to be a Sam Houston Plumbing.
Was it Memorial Plumbing? Sam Houston Memorial
Plumbing? I
Plumbing?
don't know. Never used the guy.
Huh. That'll be some good history. That's a question this morning. If you know of any businesses, and we're not making fun. I think it's cool. It's honoring Sam Houston. But if you know of any businesses that were Sam Houston something, comment with those down here. Maybe ones that aren't in business anymore. I'm surprised that with the prison system there wasn't a Sam Houston bail bonds. You'd think that there'd be one of those. Maybe there was somewhere. Maybe so. Maybe Billy and I. That's a new adventure that we're going to work on.
Ooh, I think I'm ventured out, man.
So, anyways, we'll talk more about what's going on at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home here a little bit later on in the show. I did want to mention before we take a break and Tara joins us, I was talking about the children, and, children do add a level of stress, but it's a good stress. It's a good stress for the most part. I don't say that unlovingly. There's some things sometimes that you're like, oh, man. But then you look back and you're like, I wouldn't change it for the world. And I know,
Not for a second.
Now, this doesn't have any correlation to why I went to the Healing Hearts clinic yesterday. But there's something I need to be public about, Billy, for accountability purposes only. Went in there yesterday. Man, my blood pressure was high. I've never had high blood pressure in my life. And I have been on this kick for the past 3 months of just eating terrible. And I don't know, there's something I talked about on the show. There's something they put in that food. It's like nicotine for your brain when it comes to bad fast food. And I've just been on the go. And what do? I run to the same couple of places every day. And that doctor told me, you better stop because that's why your blood pressure is getting out of whack and you're too young for all that. But then they said, but you are at that age to where you really need to start being careful because it could happen to anybody at any age. And so now I've got to go in. They're going to do a echocardiogram. They're going to do a ultrasound of my neck. I guess there's corduroy arteries. They got that fluff on them, like your pants. Corduroy arteries.
Carotid.
Corduroy arteries. They got that. They got that. They got that 1970s flair, fuzzy arteries. What did you say? Carotid?
Carotid, yes.
Why do they call it carotid? Because the word rotted is in there. Are these things rotted? Carotid arteries? I like corduroy sounds better. It makes them more fuzzy and warm. So they do this ultrasound of your neck. Have you ever heard of this? They do an ultrasound of your neck for your corduroy arteries.
So we're going to start calling the jugular the jeans?
Yeah, the jeans and the corduroys. So they're going to do that, and then they're going to do a calcium test. And I want to encourage people, man, you got to be proactive because you'll go in and you don't need this and you don't need the. You straight up tell them whatever you want to tell them that you need and make them do it. Because I had a neighbor who told me a story that her husband went in and had the whole works done. They did the stress test. They did the echocardiogram. The one thing they didn't do was the calcium test. 2 weeks later, he's on the floor at the golf course and about half dead. His Widowmaker was 99% clogged, and they didn't detect any of that through all those tests. I'm not doing it to scare you, but it's a very serious thing. I'm not an expert. I'm not a medical person, but I've had numerous people tell me that calcium test is so important because there are things in that test that could tell you that bad boy may have a little bit too much Crisco in it. So make sure you are proactive, and if you're worried about it, get it looked at. We have heart disease on my mom's side of the family. It's very rampant. And so I wanted at 40, I said, man, it's time to – and plus, man, I've just been – I literally have like Big Mac in my bloodstream right now, and I'm trying to detox from that stuff. So, anyways, Billy, that's what I wanted to tell you this morning. Hey, we got a good one lined up. Tara Burnett eagerly waiting. She said, Rob, come on, man, I'm ready to hop on. So we're going to take a quick break, and we are going to have our good friend, a tremendous friend of Hello Huntsville, joining us here in just a few moments. Do us a favor, too. Let us know that you're out there. Send in a comment, and let us know what you're thankful for today.
Apparently, Jacqueline gets upset with me whenever I do the turnaround and see who's driving by. Apparently, that's not professional.
There's everything about this show is the highest of utmost professionalism.
Y'all know I'm easily distracted.
We've actually received calls from ABC.
That's why I'm an awesome squirrel hunter.
We've received phone calls from national networks that we'd like to put this little local dumpling show on our national network, but we've refused.
Man, we're trying to keep it wholesome.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it wholesome, friendly.
Guaranteed wholesome.
When's the last time you've had a bowl of it? Well, partner.
I have a lot of it every day.
When's the last time you called your buddy before 7 a.m. and asked him to bring you something?
Yeah.
If you subscribe to the underground version of Good Morning Huntsville, you'll know what I'm talking about. I placed a phone call. Let's do this as a trivia, okay? Let's do a trivia. I'm okay being public about this, Billy.
Let's see what time that was.
We're going to do a trivia this morning. Folks know me. I'm transparent. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm an open book. This morning, I placed a call. I was worried. I was looking all around the drawers at the house. Did not find what I was looking for. Got out the house. Didn't have time to go to the store. So there's a couple of hints. Didn't have time to go to the store. So I called Billy right before 7 a.m., probably about 6:40. Called Billy. Didn't answer. First time, phone just hung up. And I said, well, that's probably because I was leaving the house. It was on the Wi-Fi, switched over to the cell.
Yeah, because when I tried to call you back, it wouldn't connect.
That's what it was. Yeah. Called him right back. He answered. I said, Billy, buddy, I need you to bring something this morning. He brought it. And thank you for a good friend. Now, his wife said, you got some weird friends.
Yeah.
So take all of these hints and put it together. Can you guess what it was that Billy brought me this morning? I don't know if anybody's going to guess it.
It was a request that I was not prepared for.
Wasn't prepared
Especially
for.
The way you requested it. I drove way out in left field before I had to come back.
There's something with the initials of CE that caused this particular thing. Figure it out during the break. We'll take a quick break. If you can figure out what this is, we got to have some sort of special.
If you can figure out what it is, we're going to get you a job with the Huntsville Police Department or something.
Yeah, it's nothing. And let me say this: it's nothing. It's nothing bad. It's nothing. It's nothing like.
It's not a good situation.
Yeah, literally, it wasn't a good. It was not a good
And moving
situation.
on in weather.
Keyword is bus. Text in the keyword bus along with your name. Final opportunity. That text line.
Would you say the stool bus?
Yeah. Stool bus is coming. So 0 Degree phone and text line. Appreciate Rick Boning. 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. Final opportunity. That text line is going to shut down, by the way, in about 30 minutes. So text in bus along with your name. We got a little prize pack we'll give you today, and all you got to do is text in bus. If you've never texted in before, today is the day to do it. 936-339-0139. Again, that number, 936-339-0139. As always, our Faithful Fridays brought to you by our friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Hometown traditions, hometown values. Since 2002. We'll take a quick break. Tara Burnett's with us. We can't wait to talk to her, and we will be right back in a moment. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Hey friends, Rob Hipp here for Elliott's Jewelers. I wanted to take a brief moment to let you know if you're looking for someone in the jewelry business right here in Huntsville, look no further than my good friend Elliott Herslick. He's helped me out time and time again, whether it was that wedding band that I needed a while back or that special ring for Bridget. He's always been there for me. He goes above and beyond. He's also a person who gives back to the local community. I like to do business with those who give back, and that's exactly what Elliott Herslick of Elliott's Jewelers does. Hey, if you feel like you don't know what to do, maybe you don't know where to turn, what to look for, Elliott is the person. Again, it's Elliott's Jewelers. You can visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com for more information. And when you call him, let him know that you heard from his good friend Rob Hipp. Again, it's Rob here for Elliott's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
All right, a little happy song here for you, Billy, as we come back on today. It's always good to have a lot of fun here on this show. And you know what makes it so joyful on this show, Billy? What would you say makes it so joyful?
The behind-the-scenes commentary.
Well, I was going to say that, but I was also going to say...
Oh, yeah, camaraderie, the togetherness.
None other.
Is that the answer?
That is.
Okay.
And what better camaraderie and togetherness than to have a bright spot in our community, the heart of Huntsville. We need to get the banner. We haven't got the banner yet. The heart of Huntsville, Tara Burnett joining us this morning. Good to see you, Tara.
Good morning.
We came up with that moniker. I guess it's been a few months now.
Yes, sir.
You know that that's and you're very humble, so I know but I'm going to tell you, if you have never met, there's a lot of new people joining this show. If you have never met Tara Burnett, you are missing it. There is a piece of your heart that's kind of missing, a little piece right there. And then once you meet her, it'll all come together. So
exactly.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
How have you been?
That. I've been good. I actually, I was ill last week, and it took me a while to get over it. But I'm back and running. It's the wrong time of the year to be sick. I promise you that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, boy, I'll tell you, I was running yesterday, and it's good to be back this morning.
Well, I didn't have that issue. I had sinus infection, so
If you subscribe,
Running from a different.
it was all up here.
yeah, if you subscribe to the behind the episode here, you'll know what we're talking about. So,
Yeah, true behind.
yeah, Tara Burnett's here with us from Hearts of Veterans Museum. So great to have you this morning. And Tara, you've been a friend of this program, been on our show several times, and I'd reached out because I know there's a lot of great events coming up, and the Muster Festival is right around the corner. Before we dig into that, I know I asked you how have you been, but how have things at the museum been?
Things at the museum have been really busy. It's that time of year for us. When the college kids come back in, a lot of the parents are in town, and so they're looking for something to do. A lot of them drop into the museum. We've been extremely busy with our outreach and various things going on, but it's a good time of the year for us. From here until December, it'll be wide open between the muster and Pearl Harbor Day and Veterans Day and Marine Corps birthday and just all the things that happen at the end of the year.
I know there's been a lot of foot traffic over in that area because FEMA is set up right across from you guys at the storm shelter. But I started thinking, that people are coming over there, but I would imagine that a lot of folks may come by the museum. Have y'all seen kind of an uptick in foot traffic in the museum?
Not really from that. So they're leaving Saturday. So their deployment here is done. So they'll be headed out. But yeah, they've been there for quite a while. They got extended several times. So there's been a lot of people there, but they're there for all the resources.
Yeah, there to pick up. And we went by and, just to see if we were eligible. We were not, and but that's okay because there's a lot of people in the community that really needed the help. And my hopes and prayers are the people that needed it got the help. And so those folks have been very, and I'm going to say this real quick. I know it's kind of off topic, but when Beryl came through here and then FEMA came, those folks did a really good job kind of canvassing the community. We had FEMA reps come up to the church and ask, do any of your parishioners, any of your congregation, do they need help? Let them know that we're here in the community. Left a bunch of cards, and I verified because some people could just kind of show up, but it was the same folks, and I think that's a great thing when we have people that want to come in and help, and they've been right across from you, so.
Yeah, FEMA and Red Cross and Small Business Development, they were all there doing the low interest loans for people that didn't qualify for, the assistance. And Red Cross was there at the very beginning to do immediate assistance. So they kind of had a full team on board to help out over there. So yeah, there was a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, let's shift gears back, and I'll bring us back on because I took us down a rabbit hole. I'm going to bring us back onto the correct railroad track, if you will. Tara, a lot of great things happening over at Hearts Veterans Museum, and one of them that I'm excited about that I learned about last year from you was the annual Muster Festival. Is this the seventh one, I think, coming up?
Yes, this is the seventh one. So it just keeps growing every year. We keep adding things to it. A few years ago, the Prison Museum joined in with us so that both complexes are going at the same time. Because, a lot of times we talk about, our military and our first responders, and we forget about our correctional staff. And here in Huntsville, it's such a huge, huge thing. And way back in the day, before the Muster Festival, I had done a big community event specifically for them called Grateful for the Gray, and it was a picnic that we did out at Cape Bar Ross. And so when I joined with the museum, I said, well, why can't we combine the whole thing together? And so we honor all of them that day. And so over at the Prison Museum, we'll have all of the TDC different different things that you don't realize are inside of the prison. They'll be there highlighting and showcasing it. So transportation will be there, your field bosses will be there, the dog program will be there. Each unit will have representatives there. There'll be people talking about the industry and different things that take place inside of the prisons. It's just really neat to be able to showcase what they do every day, because we all see them walking around in those gray uniforms, but unless you've worked there yourself, you really don't know what happens behind those walls. So it's neat to be able to honor them and thank them for what they do, along with our military and first responders.
Yeah, it's a whole different world behind that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how I ended up here in Huntsville. You know, I went to work at the prison when I was 19. So,
Wow.
yeah, there's what they do every day is not an easy job, you know, so.
I had a guy that goes to church with us. Again, Tara Burnett's here from Hearts Veterans Museum. There was a guy that just told a story that just really not only touched my heart, but many other people's hearts that he told this to, as they moved here from another country, and he was working there. And where he was from, he wasn't used to people swearing a lot and those kind of things. And it kind of hit him like a brick wall, because he goes, you know, I knew what was going on, but I didn't realize that it was like this. And he had said, and he's been promoted now, and so now he has kind of an 8 to 5 within the prison system, and it's kind of what he was looking for, but he had to start somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. And so he was a guard, and he said, man, it was just really, really tough. But he described how an inmate came up to him and just started cussing at him and just went off on him. And this is, if you meet this guy, one day I hope you do, he's such a nice guy. He's a very, very nice, kind man. And I was like, how could anybody, even, you know, someone that's behind bars, how could anybody talk this way to this guy? Because he's so nice. You know, there's some of those people that you just like, you can't be mean to that person for anything. And you know what? He told that inmate, he let him get it all, whatever was on his chest, let him get it all. Because the guy is also full of compassion. And he's very humble. He didn't take offense to it. And I'm sure they're trained, too, to just kind of, you know, you do your thing, right? And after this guy was doing this, he said, God bless you. And the guy was like, whatever, and just walked away. The next day, or no, right after this happened, another inmate came up, and he said, the way that the story was told to me is that inmate said, you handled that with such compassion, man. And he was like, I'm going to talk to that guy. And he's probably like, no, like, what does that mean?
We know what that means.
We know what that means.
We know what that means.
Well, the next day, that prisoner had came back to that gentleman and apologized to him and said, when you told me God bless you, it changed my heart. Yeah. Now, isn't that cool? You never know what the words you say, even in the midst of someone being angry. And this is the inspiration this morning. Maybe somebody's going off on you. And, you know, when people get upset at you, you have a tendency, you want to respond back sometimes, right? But I think sometimes if we can just be restrained, hear them out, and then just say, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm praying for you. You never know what's going to happen. And just like that inmate, he told him, it's like, it changed my heart. Just from him saying, God bless you, in that moment. You know, isn't that cool to hear that kind of a story? And you hope and pray that those kind of stories happen more often.
Well, it is cool. I don't know that I would have been able to
restrain.
That's what I was just. Times have changed so much. I mean,
yeah,
you would not have approached us and spoke to us.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
and
right.
Bump it on down.
That's right.
And we were talking. You know, I was talking to someone else about that because HLI we went, and they said, you know, there's so much now because of lawsuits and these kind of things within the system that you have to be cautious of. You have to be mindful that anything you can do now can suddenly be turned against you. And it's very tough. I know you guys have both worked in that system and been a part of it. And that's why I think having the events like what you're having, just honoring these folks that literally put themselves on the line every single day to serve our community and helping in that way. It's so wonderful that y'all have this, Tara.
Yeah, we're blessed to be able to do it. It started out at just the Veterans Museum, and it was military and first responders, and we bring out, all the fire trucks and SWAT cars and police cars, and we landed Black Hawks in the back pasture. And this year we do have a helicopter landing again this year. So we're excited that we're bringing that back. We'll have the bounce houses and the obstacle course. And now I do want to let people know that the 5K that's happening that morning is really growing. and she's bringing back the backpacks. So you can do an official ruck if you want to do that. So she gives out really pretty medals. It's Lisa Hackett, one of my female veterans, my Army veterans, that puts that on for me. And she has a whole group of the lady veterans that are helping her this year. So we're really excited about that. We'll also have the big motorcycle ride that will leave that morning. And that's always a good turnout for that. They really enjoy the ride that day. When they come back in, they circle the museum and do the Rolling Thunder. It's really pretty to see. So we have a lot of vendors, a lot of outreach, a lot of veteran support organizations that'll be there. We're just really excited. But we added a new partner this year. I had never heard of these people, and they came up to the museum. They're out of Spring. It's a church down there. It's St. Isidore's Episcopal Church.
Oh, cool.
And they started a program called Warriors Church. So Warriors Church is the veterans in their congregation that got together and figured out some different ways that they could work through PTSD and struggles and problems that they're having. And, it just grows. And Shane came up and was telling me about that. And then he was telling me about the food pantry that their church has. So they have a huge food pantry, and they were wanting to still help homeless people in their area and things like that. So they opened up a bistro. And 3 days a week, you can go down there and you can get this wonderful food. You can pay to eat there. But if you can't afford to eat and you walk in off the street, they're going to feed you. So for every patron that comes in and pays, they can feed 3 or 4 people for free. Wow. So it's an amazing ministry that they have going on that keeps growing down there. But they have added a food truck. So I thought, how cool would that be, with the veteran aspect of it and the ministry and the outreach to add them to our muster. So they're coming and bringing their food truck, setting up and telling everybody about what they do down there, because, there's so many people in our area that don't know about them. Yeah. They do catering and everything, and I'd never heard of them. So I was like, you need to come up here and tell our community about what you do.
Yeah, where are they based out of again?
They're out of Spring.
Oh, okay.
They're out of Spring, but we're really excited to have them on board this year. It's like God just keeps bringing people through our door that have outstanding missions that we want to support, that want to support us and our community. They started bringing up meals to Veterans and Patriots United, our transitional housing. So they're just wonderful people. So we're excited to have them on board, and hopefully after the muster, I'll bring them on so they can talk about their ministry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this would be a great guest. We have folks quite a bit that come in from the outside that are that help our community in some ways, just like these folks. The Abundant Harvest Kitchen from St. Isidore Episcopal. That is so awesome, yep. Tara. I'm glad that you brought this and told us about these folks as well. 7 years of this Muster Fest. What has happened over these 7 years that you've seen it grow? I mean, every year it's got to be growing.
Yes. So our museum has come so far. Miss Charlotte, God bless her, we just lost her short time ago, and she was such an amazing mentor and inspiration to me. And I just started as a volunteer. I was just volunteering there.
How did that connect? Can I ask you, how did that connection happen, the volunteering connection to Hearts?
So my son joined the Army. And when he joined the Army, I had a full-time insurance practice, but I worked for Police and Firemen's Insurance Association, so it's a nonprofit fraternal. I only took care of police, fire, and corrections, so I scheduled my own appointments. I worked out of my house. So when he joined the Army, I wanted to find a way to start giving back to our community. So I just started volunteering at their events and different things like that, and it just evolved into, them saying, hey, the administrative assistant just left all of a sudden, and we don't know how to do QuickBooks or payroll or any of this stuff, and we need some help. And I told my husband, I said, well, I don't need another job. He said, well, then don't do it. And I said, but they keep asking.
Well, this is Huntsville.
Yeah, they keep asking me. And he said, well, then do it then. And I was like, but I don't need another job. And he said, well, this went on and on and on. And I said, I finally told him, I said, God is putting it heavy on my heart that these people need my help. Yeah. And so I went in and I turned in my application, and Tom Fordyce was like, I'll see you at 9:00 tomorrow morning. And so that's how it all started. And then, about a year and a half later, Tommy moved on to some other things, and the board asked me to come on as director. So it's been, the first Muster Festival was my first event as an employee at the museum. So
it's cool to see.
Yeah.
I always say, it's so neat to see how you look back over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years where you were at and where God has brought you when you remain faithful. And that's some more inspiration this morning. We've talked about on this show quite a bit is when you remain in faith, I always say God's going to take you places you never imagined. And I bet 7 years ago, you would have never imagined the important role that you're playing, that you've been blessed to play here in this community, helping with veterans. And you do. I'm not going to say this to downplay anybody else, because there's a lot of folks that do great work. But Tara, you do such incredible work in bringing recognition and support to these veterans in our community that every single county, in my opinion, needs a Tara Burnett to support these veterans.
Well, thank you so much for that. When I came on board at the museum, my goal was to go to all these different organizations, the Legion, the Elks Lodge, the VFW, just everybody. And, I introduced myself and said, this is what I would like to see happen. And the partnership that we have built has just been amazing. I mean, without all of these organizations and all of these people and all of these volunteers, there's no way we could do what we do. But together, you see how much we have grown over 7 years. I mean, this community has just become a huge support network. We have veterans that come in from everywhere because word gets around. You need help. You don't know what to do. You can't get your claim through. You don't know, we're at our wits' end. Well, go to Huntsville. I mean, we have the VA down in Houston. They have veterans that are getting out that are homeless. They have nowhere to put them. They call us. They give people our phone number to call us. So, I mean, that's a huge growth, I think, and shows what Walker County is capable of doing when we all band together. Because all of these organizations are so amazing, and it literally takes all of us to do what we do. So it's a huge blessing.
Make sure to mark your calendars again. It is the 7th Annual Muster Festival, September the 7th, coming up right around the corner from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., an event that's going to honor all veterans, active duty, first responders, correction staff, all the great folks at TDCJ that also do such a tremendous job. It is a free event, too,
Yes.
and it's open for all ages.
Yes, all ages. We open up the tank hatch, and the kids can climb up on top of the tank and look in it. We open up.
I'd like to climb in that. Can
Yeah.
adults get in
Well,
in there, too?
You can't get down in the tank, but you can climb up on the tank, look down in there, and the guys that are up there are tankers themselves, and they explain to you everything you're looking at. My Huey pilots, we open up the Huey helicopters, and they let the kids get in there, and they show them everything that they did when they were flying those Hueys. And so, well, not everything they did, but you remember. So, yeah.
Don't let Billy and I open that thing.
But it's a lot of fun that day. It really is. There'll be people from all walks of life, all ages, and we just really encourage everybody to come out. Everything is so expensive these days, and it's just crazy to try to take a family of 4 or 5, or, and just go have fun. But this is a day to do that. Get the kids out of the house, throw them out in the bounce house, let them climb on the military stuff, let them go through, because even the museum is free that day. So, all of the veterans will be in their designated areas around the museum telling their stories. It's just a really special day out there.
Awesome. Again, come out, be a part of it. I'm going to talk to Bridget because I definitely want to bring the little ones out there and have some support. One final question, Tara, that I had. If folks want to be involved, is there still opportunity to volunteer? Can folks support this in any way financially? What are some of the needs that are still open for people to help?
Well, so we have raffles going on. We have several raffles going on right now. We'll have a silent auction that day. There's always donation boxes out. So they can support financially that way. We always need volunteers. So anybody that wants to volunteer, I encourage them to call the museum Monday through Saturday or send an email to festival@hearts heartsmuseum.com, and we can get you signed up. You can tell us, if you need to be indoors, because there's volunteer opportunities for everybody. If you need to sit down and be in the air conditioning, I got a place for you. If you want to be outside playing with the kids I have a place for you. If you want to drive a golf cart and shuttle people back and forth, I have a place for you. So there's plenty of stuff to do and lots of moving parts, but we're always blessed to have a lot of people on hand to help. So there's we take baked goods with the silent auction. So if you can't be that day, but you want to contribute somehow, you can bake a cake or you can bake some cookies or brownies. We'll put it in the silent auction. So there's all kinds of ways to help us out.
Perfect. I think we'll have a celebrity golf cart driver, Billy Cauthen. We'll put that on the flyer. Celebrity golf cart driver, Billy Cauthen. So if you're down, are you down for that, Billy?
Just got voluntold.
Voluntold, Billy.
Welcome to Huntsville. Well, Tara, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Guys.
Appreciate you. You're always welcome. Anytime you want to come, Tara, we have an open door here. Even if, we're in the middle of an interview, you just walk on in and we'll have you on the next segment. You're always welcome.
Well, thank you, guys. I love coming on Fridays with my brother, Billy. We've been together for many, many years here in this community. So it really is about family and taking care of each other around here.
It is.
Amen. Well, all right, we're going to take a final break this morning. Final opportunity. That keyword's going to shut down in 3 minutes. It is bus. And all you got to do is text in bus along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. As always, our Faithful Fridays brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Hometown traditions, hometown values. They've been serving this community. It's their family serving yours since 2002. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come as we celebrate all good things happening here in our community. This is your show. It is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tpms.live for more information. Education you can trust. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
They're building bridges strong, not barriers so tall. Loving like Jesus did, answering the call. Hands reach.
All right, friends, back at it now. Time is 8:30. We got about 10 more minutes or so here on the show this morning. I want to welcome you back in. Billy Cauthen, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Billy, got a scrimmage going on tonight. Can you tell us about it? You are by the way, if you didn't know this, Billy is the president of the Huntsville Hornet.
I'm the sucker of the Huntsville Quarterback Club.
Huntsville Hornet. Can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
Now, if you change things, some people get upset. When I first came to Huntsville, it's called the Quarterback Club.
Yes.
And so I thought that it was only for the quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a recommendation. Now, I don't have any voting rights. I haven't paid a due to get in yet this year. My recommendation, just be Huntsville Hornet Football Booster Club. That's just my recommendation.
We've tried that. We've tried that. It is a nightmare. It is a nightmare and a half. We tried changing the name of the Facebook group. Old Zuckerberg got us on that. Won't let us change it.
Community standard violation.
God almighty. Just the checking accounts, everything.
Yeah, it's a lot of paperwork.
We try to make sure everyone understands it's not just for the quarterback.
It's not.
It's for all
Players,
my little
team.
group. From the dude that folds the towels all the way to the quarterback to the coach, we're supporting everybody.
It's not Terrell Owens going, that's my quarterback. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Tony
Yeah.
Romo. Well, tell us what's happening, man. There's a scrimmage going on
We got
tonight.
a scrimmage, man. And let me tell you, this is going to be your first peek at the season. This is going to show you what the boys have been working on over the summer, the strength, the conditioning, the skills. We're going to show you the coaching staff. I mean, they've been working with the kids nonstop. They're so
Booster Club
supportive.
president, how they've been, supporting them.
The ladies that support the Booster Club president, that are members of the Booster Club, I'm just a pretty face in the crowd, y'all. My wife, Kim Taylor, just everybody, Kimberly, excuse me. They've done a phenomenal job. But you're going to want to be at the stadium. I believe the freshmen are starting at 5, and then varsity's at 6. Also, if you manage to make your way out there, Double Dave's is giving away some really cool fans. They like fold up and then they unfold, and you can put them in your pocket, take them out. They're really awesome fans, and I think Double Dave's has 100 plus something of those fans they're going to give away, no charge. Just come get them. But,
Boy, she's awesome. Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Just
yeah, Cat
wonderful.
over, yeah.
Cauthen's so wonderful.
Yeah. But here's the deal. If you want the fan, you got to come to the scrimmage. Not saying you got to stay for the whole time, because I know that's a little earlier than we normally.
What time does it get underway?
It's 5 o'clock is
5
when it's
o'clock.
getting underway. So if you get off work at 5, don't worry. Come on, because I think they're going to give the fans out at 5:30. So, but come out, support the kids, support the coaches, show them that you appreciate what they're doing, the hard work they're putting in. Because, hey, guys, this last summer, the summer we're in right now was no joke. Mm-hmm. It is hot. And they've been out there busting their butts to give us a good season. Let's support them from start to finish. Let's check them out. I mean, tonight they're going to display some of their talents. Let's support them.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a great new season, and appreciate the Huntsville Hornet Quarterback Club, Billy Cauthen, and all the great folks. When I was doing those games, I was a part of that club, and it was awesome to be there, to go to those meetings. And if I'm going to tell you, if you join the quarterback club, it's not much at all to join.
It's not much.
And you can get an inside scoop. You get like a game day preview of what's going to happen. Coach Southern's usually there still, right? And he'll kind of give some updates.
Yeah, he'll come in. He'll normally speak towards the end of the meeting, and man, he's awesome. And then he kind of gives you insight of what's going on, what to be looking for, and like the guys that helped me with the tunnels. Your best seat in the house, man, because you're right there in the end zone. You're right there on the field. So if you kind of want to get behind the scenes what's going on, you join the quarterback club.
Join the club. It is a good. Reach out to Billy. He can get you connected with what you need to do. If you can't make it out, Carlos is going to do a good job tonight. He and Brian are going to live stream that on the KSAM Sports YouTube channel. They do a phenomenal job, and so if you can't, but I want to encourage you, come out in person to get the fans.
They do, but it's like watching a concert on television. You don't. Yeah, you hear the music and you see the performance, but you don't feel it.
Yeah. Well, when they call it, you feel it. They can do a good job.
Well, especially with those two, if they get on a run about something.
Yeah. So come out in person. But if you can't, some folks may not be able to travel. Maybe grandparents somewhere. Perfect opportunity there. But
if you can, come out and check out that little old stadium we put up out there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Pretty
cool.
Just sprung it up one day.
Hey, I want to give a shout out real quick to my peeps in New Wave. All right?
In Waverly.
New Waverly. Not old Waverly, but New Waverly.
There's a difference.
Now they got a stadium there that they're working on, and I love it. I just love broadcasting. It's like old school back in the day when it reminded me when I was broadcasting for Gerald, Texas 3A school. It was really cool. But
you put up like a CB antenna.
Oh man, yeah, it's just a fun place to be. Now here's the cool thing though. They just built their bond. They just built, and Huntsville's got this, down the road is something that they want to do. They built an indoor practice facility over there. So they don't have the stadium yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be coming. But I was just over there for one of their practices. I said, "Man, this is great because the UIL prohibits those kids from being out on the field if the bulb, there's all this math that you have to do. If it's so hot and all, they only give them you can only be out there for 30 minutes or whatever. So that messes up your practice, right? They were practicing in the gymnasium in the basketball gym in the past. Now they actually have a whole area where they can run around in and practice on these very hot days, or if it's storming, they can still practice. And that's going to be coming to Huntsville eventually. Coach Southern's talked about that. So pretty cool. Billy, one other thing I wanted to mention. My friend Odell, good old Odell Rochelle, went by and saw Odell, the Cajun barber. He wanted me to make sure that I tell everyone about this. It is the Isaiah 117 annual golf tournament. This is happening on September the 23rd. A 4-person team is only $500 and $125 apiece. Did I do $125 a person.
That's pretty good math, man.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Sponsor opportunities from $250 all the way up to $5,000. We're going to put this up on our website, but Isaiah 117, a wonderful organization that helps out kids in need. And their slogan down here on this flyer is help us change the way foster care begins in Montgomery and Walker County. So even though this is happening over at Lake Conroe, it's affecting children here in Montgomery and Walker counties. Golf, lunch, snacks and drinks, premium logo giveaways, prizes for contests on the course. They're going to have premium door prizes, prizes for the top 3 teams. And you get 1 mulligan per player. I need about 100 of those mulligans when I play golf.
You're not kidding.
So if you want to register for this, please visit them online or to sponsor Isaiah117house.com/golf. Wanted to make sure, and we'll have that up on Hello Huntsville a little bit later today. Billy, I know you got a place to go. Real quick, what's happening out at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home? I know you guys have been busy. You're serving a family a little bit later this morning.
We are. We have a service this morning, so I kind of need to get that way and help them. But no, we're everything's good.
That was weird. It cut down.
It cut out. Yeah,
that's so weird.
That was like Jesus saying, "Don't shut up, boy."
All right, we'll head over to the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line.
Hello?
Are we interrupting anything?
No, why?
Well, we just wanted to give you something.
It's your friends over here. Good morning, Huntsville.
Hey.
You had no idea this was anybody from Good Morning Huntsville calling, did you?
Not really.
Yeah, that's why I put a stop to that quick, because it's like this guy goes, "Well, I just want to give you something." You're like, who is this calling me?
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. That sounds like Billy.
Well, Karen Clark, you are the winner today. We got a prize pack for you you didn't come out to our Rays of Hope, did you, Karen?
No, sir.
All right, well, cool. We got a prize pack for you that's got some goodies from bags that we gave out at Rays of Hope, and it's got some Hello Huntsville, some Good Morning Huntsville swag, and we'll give that to you. How does that sound this morning?
Awesome.
All right. Well, Karen Clark, the winner today. Appreciate you, Karen. Billy's got a quick question for you.
What are you thankful for?
Friends, family, job, waking up in the morning, or waking up.
Okay.
Hey, man, I would be thankful, if I could wake up but not have to get out of bed. That would be what I'd be most thankful for.
That too.
Well, Karen, appreciate you. Thank you for engaging with us and sharing the good in Huntsville. And, hey, we love you. Have a blessed day, all right?
All right, thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
All right, Karen Clark, I think first-time caller, first-time winner here on the show this morning. So
I think so.
Well, hey, that'll wrap it up.
You did say this was the day to text in.
Oh, you know what I forgot all about?
What did we forget?
The Billy Cauthen restaurant report.
Where are we going to go?
How was it last week?
We didn't go last week.
That's what exactly. How was the food you ate last Friday? I didn't even think about that. I know you got to get
I can't
rolling.
even remember where I was at last Friday. Where was I? Oh, last Friday I was in Richards, Texas, and James delivered me a sourdough jack and 2 tacos. I was so hot and so hungry, they were absolutely delicious.
We got 2 options today.
Okay.
All right. Sandra's Kitchen or Five Loaves Deli. I haven't been to either of those yet.
Let's hit up Sandra's. I mean, I like Five Loaves, don't get me wrong, but I could really go for some tacos.
All right, Sandra's Kitchen it is, right next to the Greyhound, right around the corner from us. Noon today, Sandra's Kitchen is where we're going to be. We'd love for you to join us for the Billy Cauthen Restaurant Report. We're usually there right at noon. So come by today, Sandra's.
Don't lie to nobody. We're there a couple minutes after
He's there about 12:03, right at noon. Right at, in our terminology, means about 5 minutes out.
We're there about 11:69.
Yeah. Sandra's Kitchen, 1012th Street, Unit 3. You'll see it right over there by the Greyhound bus station, just down the street from us. So come join us at noon today for the Billy Cauthen Restaurant Report.
All right.
All right, that'll wrap it up, friends. We got to get rolling. We want to wish all of you a very happy and thankful Thursday, or thankful Friday. Faithful Friday. I'm one day behind.
Don't you go back.
Big thank you to everybody for engaging with us this week. We'll be back next week. We already got guests lined up next week. Who's going to be on? Well, join us and find out. Coming up on Monday at 7:30.
And I'll try to find something else to throw a tantrum about.
Yeah, please do. That's my favorite phrase. Who's going to be on next week? Well, watch the show and find out.
That's right.
We love you, Huntsville. Appreciate you as I end every broadcast, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We really aren't. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until Monday morning, God bless you, Huntsville. Go out and watch the Hornets tonight, and we will see you back Monday at 7:30. Good morning, and God bless. So long, and you know what, everybody? Have a wonderful and blessed day. We'll see you.
They're building
Billy. See you, Billy.
I haven't learned a word yet.
So tall, loving like Jesus did, answering the call. Hands reaching out to hold, hearts open wide we share, breaking the walls we built, showing that we care.